I think it probably goes without saying that 2020's been a little bit of an interesting year.
Oh, wow. Weird to say the least. But, you know, a year of good shows. I mean, we've got some fantastic shows in the can this year.
Yeah, and a lot of changes, though. TNB's not going to look the same as what it has the last 16 years.
No, we might as well just call it new TNB right now, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, exciting stuff. This entire episode is going to be talking about what we have going on, the changes, everything new that we're going to do. But I'll tell you one thing, something's not going to change. We're still going to continue to show you the next bite.
Just looking for the next bite, next bite, next bite, next bite. I'm just looking for the next bite. It's the
Wow, talk about some big changes. You know, we're going to talk about the first one right away. My best friend and business partner for 30-some years, Keith Gavias, he came to Chase and I earlier in the year and said that he'd like to step back from TV a little bit, maybe, you know, pursue some different things. It's a bittersweet deal.
We're still going to be fishing tournaments with Keither, so that's exciting.
Yeah, it's he's still going to be involved with the next bite, social media-wise and things like that. You just won't see him as one of the hosts of the show. So we changed game plan a little bit, and I think you're going to like what we came up with.
We've added a couple new hosts. The first one we're going to introduce is Jason Przekurat, and accolades, it's as long as any list that you're going to see in the walleye world. Guy's an absolute stud. And the thing I like about Jason and why I think he's going to be such a great addition to the show is his knowledge and how he can present it. Because one of the things that's not going to change with TNB is the educational part of it. That is still going to be our number one thing, is trying to teach people to catch more fish. And I think with Jason, he's just so calm, cool, and collected that he gets his point across so well, and we're really excited to see what he's going to do on some of these shoots.
Just sitting in the rod holder, Bob.
Well, when the fish are lazy, I guess we
they
can
are
be
lazy,
too.
aren't they? God, they're so lethargic right now. You don't know if they're gonna have it all the way down, but I'm trying to force feed them. By committing them, I want them to actually bite down on it again. I'm trying to force them to eat it, so you pull back on them and then they feel that and then they bite on it again so they don't miss it. But he's had it for 45 seconds or so. Yeah, get the net, Bob. Yep. This is a bigger fish. It's bigger, Bob. Nice fish. Nice fish. There we go. All right. Look at that thing, Bob.
Kind of skinny.
Look at that thing. Super skinny. Long. I mean, he's probably 21-incher, but he's malnourished. There we go. Get that out of the net. But yeah, he's skinny.
Definitely thin.
Something happened to him. I think he got hit by a muskie or something, but he's, you know, 21-incher, but he's super skinny, so we'll let him go and hopefully he survives. Yeah. Go ahead, buddy. See you later.
The next bite is brought to you by Mercury Marine. Go boldly. Tracker boats. Fish the finest. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Berkley. Catch more fish. And Power Pole, total boat control. Closed captioning for the next bite is provided by Precision Trolling Data, the authority for crankbait diving depth information.
You know, the next host that we're going to introduce is, it seemed like over the past couple of years, he's almost shot as many shows as you and I with us.
Yeah.
Korey Sprengel, for a variety of reasons.
For those of you who watch The Next Bite, but maybe not follow the world of walleye tournaments, Korey just won the National Walleye Trail Angler of the Year title. He'd not won a Angler of the Year title before, only a bunch of world championships, you know.
Yeah.
But he did that this year in a very convincing fashion. And you've seen him and know him as a host of The Next Bite. He's been a co-host many times. But he's just going to take it a step further now, right, Chase?
I think what everyone's going to be excited to see with Korey specifically is how meticulous he is as an angler.
Yes, pretty special angler.
The kid lives, breathes, and sleeps fishing.
This is the time of year when glide baits really come into their own, the mid-September time frame. Actually, they'll start working even in midsummer. They start getting pretty good when the water warms. But as the fall rolls in, they get even better and better and better. What I'm using right here is a shiver minnow. When you draw this bait up off the bottom, you do it pretty aggressively. It'll jump up off the bottom, it'll turn upside down, and then it'll come zooming down nose first. And you don't know really which way it's going to come off the bottom. So there is some erratic part to it, but the one consistent part of this action is that nose is going to come down gliding to the bottom first, so they get a beeline on it. So that's one style of bait, one I like to use.
One of the baits that I really like to use, it's actually a new bait on the market. It's called the Johnny Darter. Now this Johnny Darter is very similar to the shiver minnow. You know, it's just another glide bait, but it's another tool in our arsenal that has a totally different action. You know, one thing about the shiver minnow is it walks a dog really nice. The difference with this Johnny Darter here is it's very erratic. It goes back and forth, walks a dog. It might go backwards, it might go forward. You just never know where it's gonna go. And that's just another tool that we have in this glide bait arsenal, especially for these big walleyes up here that are very temperamental some days.
You get that on the Johnny Darter?
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
It crushed you pretty good too.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. Oh, that's a nice one, Korey. Nice fish.
Wow.
Wow.
Man, he just cracked it too.
Oh, man, he's a good one, too. Holy man.
Oh, he's off my net.
Oh, really? He popped right off, huh? I was looking right at you when it hit. It was like the perfect hook set.
I felt that double head shake. Usually right when they bite, you feel that double head shake when the line comes tight on them. And
yeah.
I mean, I just love the color of these fish up here. It's just that dark gold rusty color, and
yeah.
you know, they're healthy.
Right, I don't think walleyes get any prettier than they do up here at this time of year. They're so cool.
They are, and it's fun catching them on a spinning gear.
Yeah, it is. It's a blast.
Let's get her back.
Total Control, presented by Power Pole. 20 years of trust evolved from Total Boat Control.
So anytime that you're talking about open water walleyes, there's a couple things that you need to focus on. Number one are your electronics, obviously. Your electronics are not only going to help you hunt the fish down, but they're going to show you how the fish are positioned in the water column. But you want to play around with those different depths. But a lot of times our crankbaits won't get down to the depths that you need them to go. So in that situation, I like to use the 50+2 method. What's really cool about the Precision Trolling app now is that not only is that 50+2 method on here, which is 50 foot, you snap on a 2-ounce snap weight and then let out the rest of your line, you would never know where your baits are running at with a system like this without the Precision Trolling app. So all that I have to do is just dial in the depth that I want to be running at. Say I think that they're going to bite at 30 foot. I scroll down here on my app, and I know that all I need to do is put out 51 foot of line after my snap weight, and I'm right in that zone. At 2 miles an hour, that's going to put me right where I need to be. If my speed slows down, or I try a slower speed, I know that that's going to change that depth range 2 foot. And that can be the difference between catching fish or not catching fish. So next time you're going out hunting down open water walleyes, make sure you utilize the Precision Trolling app.
You know, one of the things that we're going to continue to do is have fun when we're fishing. And, you know, when we think about the third host we'd like to introduce, Tom Kemos, a guy that is just an absolute animal when it comes to walleye fishing, specifically with a jig stick in his hand.
Right.
What we're doing right now, we're probably lucky he's not fishing next to us in the pond right now. You know, he's hosted a lot of shows. We've thrown a lot of shiver minnows with Tom and other shows
And he's
before.
won some world championships
And he's won
too.
some world championships. We can't say enough about how excited we are to have Tom Kemos working with us here for many, many years.
There he is.
You got him? Yep. Oh, that looks like a good one,
This
Tom.
is a heavy fish.
That looks like a really good one. I think we're gonna need to get to that.
Yeah, this is a real heavy fish, Chase.
Fighting against the current a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Here, let me get your other rod out of the way.
It didn't take long. It's hard to tell going against the current though.
Yeah.
It's the kind of long head sweeps here. I don't know, Chase.
Doesn't seem like it's rolling or anything too crazy right now.
It hasn't tried to go back home yet like a normal river monster would.
Walleye. There we go!
Look at the size of that thing. Look at that.
That is
fish.
just a beast.
That thing is awesome. Look at the belly on that thing.
Look at that.
You know, it's crazy. You know, this river, we've had high water in this river for 2 months now, and the fishing hasn't been phenomenal, but these fish have just been gorging themselves in here. So as this water continues to drop here, we're going to be looking at some really awesome fishing.
And it's interesting too, because we made a few drifts through this area and we had some short bites just below this bridge, and we literally just set up, anchored up. You pitched, it was like your first pitch out to the side almost, and boom.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And that, I mean, that brings up a good point too, is that, you know, we've been slipping through here and getting some bites, but we're under cold front conditions right now. I mean, it's cold out right now, no doubt. And it just seems like as fast as this current is, our jigs are just drifting through too fast. We've been getting some short bites, so we just anchored up here and we're kind of putting that bait in their face, and it's paying dividends.
That's a good one, man. Let's get that thing back.
Look at that fish.
Oh yeah, there it goes.
Cool.
Hey, that's a good one anywhere we fish.
Oh yeah, that's a total stud right there. I mean, that fish was pushing 25 inches. Big, fat, heavy fish. That's good stuff right there.
When I met this young man, he was such a machine in catching fish. John's allocates came from the muskie world at first. He's a world champion, world-class muskie angler. But what we're soon to find out, right, Chase? This guy's meticulous.
The reality is we probably don't want him to be fishing walleyes in these tournaments.
Yeah. Well, he started fishing as a pro, has won a bunch of them already. He's turned into a force. But like Korey Sprengel, John has co-hosted some shows with us, and we found him to be nothing short of amazing and enjoyable. So we're very, very happy to share John Hoyer's skills with you on the next bite.
Oh, how about when I'm reeling in?
You got one, John?
Oh, yeah, I think I'm going to need the net on this one.
Switch some rods.
Feels like another nice one.
Yep.
Wow, did that thing hit it hard.
Oh man, that's a nice one. Wow. Wow, John, look how big that bait is and you can't even see it.
Lights out on the champ swimmer.
It wanted it.
Wow, look at that thing.
Wow.
Like completely gone. That's a really good look. I think I'm going to need the long needle nose on this one again. There you go, buddy.
Nice, thanks.
Wow, they They are loving the big aggressive baits.
Yeah, they really are.
It doesn't even matter what type of structure. It's just like a seasonal thing where like you just challenge them to bite.
Well, you know, this is the time of year where everyone's live bait, slip bobbers, jigs, on and on. And that's what we're doing, but it's like crushing them with the size of the heads and stuff.
And 100 times more fun.
Oh yeah, way more fun. I mean, how does it get any better than when you're working a jig aggressively and also...
All right, she's going back. See you, friend.
The next bite is brought to you by Mercury Marine. Go boldly. Tracker boats. Fish the finest. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Berkley. Catch more fish. Lowrance. Find, navigate, dominate. Precision trolling data. The authority in diving depth info. Strike King. A legacy of domination for 50 years. And Power Pole. Total boat control. Topics, leading information, and tackle and techniques to make you a better angler. Presented by Mercury.
I'm using Mercury's new 15-horse EFI kicker motor right here. This thing's been a sweetheart. I've had it out all year. The speed control is phenomenal. You can hear it kind of purrs right along like a little sewing machine. It's very quiet, extremely smooth. Unlike some of the kickers before, that smooth throttle is very, very important. There's one feature that I like in particular is the big shift knob. I normally troll now with my trolling motor steering back and forth, and then the kicker providing speed. So you see I do have a tail fin steering connector here. It's not hooked up right now. I use that occasionally if I want to steer the kicker remotely. But one of the features I want to get back to is this throttle control. This precise throttle control is really nice. In the past, if you would let go of your throttle, the engine would slowly get slower and slower and slower, so you'd constantly have to readjust. With this new handle, you can see here there's a dial on the side, and I've got it pretty loose right now, so I can throttle back and forth real easy. But once I have the perfect speed set up for trolling, all I have to do is tighten that knob down and my throttle will stay exactly there. So it's a feature I really like.
We're excited to move forward with these guys, and it's been a fun ride for these 16 years. I think that I've hosted shows for probably 12 of them now. Yep. To be able to do it with my old man, you know, it's just been incredible, and I don't plan on ending that anytime soon, but I think that you know, to spice it up a little bit, I think adding some of these guys, GP, I think we're going to have a heck of a lot of fun over the next few years.
No doubt. By bringing in younger guys with extraordinary talent, we're hoping that you follow the next bite for years to come. And
we have one heck of a lineup, a slate of shows that are going to be airing here, you know, starting next week now. And you know, just a bunch of different things. I had the opportunity to go fishing with Brett King on the Mississippi River for, you know, a couple days, and you know, that's something that's not going to change. Just because we're all hosting doesn't mean it's just going to be us. We're still going to tap into guys that are just top-notch in specific applications.
Yeah, John Hoyer brings on a couple young guys, and they go jig lake trout in Montana. I mean, you've never seen so many giant fish. It's going to be fabulous. I've been kind of wanting to shoot a show with my secret method for catching fall smallmouths for years. And man, we just absolutely crushed them. It's going to be, and it's a teaching show too. It's something pretty much new that the smallmouth guys haven't seen a lot of before.
Believe me, I'll keep him fishing walleyes as much as I possibly can, but he likes the thump of some of them smallies. And you know, I know Przekurat, was throwing A-rigs for smallies in one show.
How
so
cool is that
I think
gonna be?
that's about as far as we went with the smallies, but it's exciting to try new things too. But walleye's always going to be a vast part of what we do. Well, I'd say we're pretty excited about the future of the next bite here, GP.
Oh man, some of the ideas we have been fantastic.
Well, and I mean, when I think about it, it's 6 hosts now,
Right,
even number.
yes.
We all like competition.
Oh boy,
We all love competition.
we all love competition.
And if you don't think for a second that I don't believe I can take Sprengel on a body of water that he doesn't know, you're out of your mind. So I'm gonna just say, not this season, but there might be some things in the plans
Yeah.
where, you know, it's super educational still, but even a little bit more into our tournament day minds as well.
Yeah, you know, these guys, to a bunch of walleyes, they're like a pack of wolves. Enough said, right?
As always, for season 17 and beyond, we'll be here to show you the next bite.
Probably
Let's not say that. It's the show up, and this isn't half the show, GP.
No, I don't. I'm going down. You see, that's why I basically have to follow your lead. I
Okay.
just go down that trail.
Yeah, I know. I know. All right, take 2.
I'm leading it.
Isn't that not what we just decided on?
Yeah, I guess so. You said that I was.
Yep. You know, the next host of the
So there is one piece of equipment that, oddly enough, is my cell phone. That's a terrible way to start that off. Okay. That's really important also to understand. You gotta be kidding me. Like, he's emptying a dumpster right there. In the middle of the bridge.
There's a cool new feature on, actually, I can tell he's hooked right in the beak too by the way he's,
in
the head shake that he's got going on. I told you the time to be a gentleman was over here. So.
Yeah, I know.
You sly dog, you.
Hey boys, can you feel $20 leaving your pockets?
Not cool.